This is a red flag, and it is not just a red flag. In fact, it is a red canopy, because selling your assets, especially such as land, like houses and all, does not show a tie to your own country, but some information that you can never change for life. That means that thing will continue to haunt you for life, because if that is the same reason you are getting denied, you continue to get denied. So Hey besties, welcome back to another video. My name is Ola. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I do hope that you check through the channel to see other videos, and I'm sure you definitely find something for yourself and for your journey. And also, may I please ask that you join the family. All you need to do is to press the red button down below, which is the subscribe button, and you are already a bestie. In this video, we will be exploring the top reasons why your F1 visa can get refused. The common reasons we will delve in today include, but are not limited to, insufficient financial proof, lack of ties to your home country, incomplete documentation, and unclear study plan. Understanding the reason why your visa is denied would help you prepare well and understand what visa officers are looking for during the interview process. So, without any further ado, we will jump right into the video. Now, the most common financial documents that people provide includes bank statements, sponsorship letter, scholarship letter, and any other documents that shows your financial situation or that of your sponsor. Now, I know majority of people have asked if you can get a sponsor, if it is a must that you are self-sponsored. Yes, you can get a sponsor. There are different people that can act as your sponsor. Your parents can act as your sponsor. Your siblings can act as your sponsor. Your people that are like your close relatives can act as your sponsor. But you need to be careful if the person that is acting as your sponsor is not your immediate family. You need to make sure that you are able to provide a strong reason why this person has decided to sponsor you. And if they are also able to write a letter, you can hold the letter, and that is why there's a sponsorship letter. You can have the letter with you, so just in case you are asked. Now, something you should avoid saying at the embassy, particularly if you are self-sponsored, is that you sold any assets or any property to sponsor your education. Honestly, this is a red flag, and it is not just a red flag. In fact, it is a red canopy, because selling your assets, especially such as land, like houses and all, does not show a tie to your own country. But we'll talk about, we'll talk more, or we'll delve more into that point when we start talking about, showing ties to your own country. Now, during my own interview, I did not have to go to the embassy with a bank statement, but that is simply because I did not have a deficit. Now, for some people, you might get scholarship. Your scholarship might even cover your tuition in its entirety, but you might still have deficit. So you do have to go to the embassy with a bank statement. I don't care whether your deficit is $5, whether your deficit is $100. Please make sure that you go to the embassy with a bank statement, because you never can tell. Sometimes they don't ask you, right? But you want to be so confident, because what if they ask you, and then would you tell the visa officer that, oh, I forgot my bank statement, or I did not come with my bank statement? Like, imagine if that is the reason why you are getting denied, because you did not go to the embassy with the documents you were supposed to go with in the first place. And then when it comes to deficit, I am going to say that the money in your account should be a little bit greater than your deficit, so that way, in case of anything, the VO is sure that, okay, this person would be able to cover it. So that is that on the insufficient financial proof. Then we'll delve more into the next point, which is lack of ties to home country. Now, Honestly, you need to show the visa officer that you are coming back to your country. Now, this is the key thing VOs are looking for. In case you don't know, the F1 visa is a non-immigrant visa, which means that it is expected that you return back to your country after completing your studies. So you should show the visa officer that you have clear plans for the future, which includes returning home. Now, sometimes they might ask you, okay, what are your post-graduation plans? Make sure that when you are stating your post-graduation plan, make sure that you are stating it clearly that you are coming back to your country. State it clearly. Don't just say, oh, when I graduate, I'll get a job. Where are you getting the job? If you are a Nigerian, I am coming back to Nigeria to get a job. I am coming back. Make sure you are stating your country. In fact, when I was doing my interview, I made sure that with every of my responses, I was putting Nigeria in there so that they will know that, okay, this girl is not absconding. Now, things you can use as home tiles, because I know most people have asked me this, like, what are the things you can use as home tiles? You can literally use anything as home tiles. Things that you can use as home tiles include family relationships. Like, if you are very close to your family members, you can let them know that, okay, I'm very close to my family members and I'll definitely be returning home. Spouse or children, if you have your spouse and you are the only one traveling alone, of course, you cannot leave your spouse alone. So you definitely come back for your spouse. You definitely come back for your children. Or if you have property, like property ownership, or even business ownership, are strong tiles that you can use. Or even future employment. If like an organization has promised you that after a master's degree, they would employ you fully, they know that, okay, you are coming back to your country. Let me add that all these that I mentioned can be strong home tiles depending on how you word it. It depends on how you word it. It depends on how you state your story. I've seen somebody that said their aged parents was their home tiles and they got the visa because the person was like, yes, when I whatever, I'm coming back because my family is very important to me and my parents are aged, so they are depending on me. So that could be a strong home tiles. Depends on how you are wording it. If you have proof to back up all your claims, take them along with you for your interview. For instance, if you have property in your name, take your land documents with you. If you have like landed property in your name, take your land documents with you. If you have a business in your name, take your business with you. Take your documents, take your registration. If you have a company, take all of those documents with you so that you will even be confident to say, okay, I have a document or I have a document or whatever that attests to what I am saying. Even if you are not asked, you are so confident in what you are saying. The thing is that when you provide incomplete documentation, somebody has told me that providing incomplete documentation can be seen as a lie. And I'm not going to lie to you. Providing incomplete or inaccurate information can jeopardize your chances of not getting approved. You know, sometimes incomplete information can be seen as a lie, and I'm not going to lie. So when you are submitting your DS-160, from the point you got your admission, everything, or from the point you got your I-20, everything you do from there, make sure you are double checking it. Your DS-160, make sure you are double checking it. Make sure that you are filling the right thing in your DS-160, something that represents you. I know some of you use agents. Even if your agent filled your DS-160 for you, please, I'm begging you with the love of God, tell them to send it to you before they submit and proofread it and make sure that whatever information they are putting on it accurately represents you. Because at the end of the day, if they put a false information on it and you got denied at the embassy, there's some information that you can never change for life. That means that thing will continue to haunt you for life, because if that is the same reason you are getting denied, you continue to get denied. So even if you are using agents, make sure that they send you your DS-160, you sit down with it and you read it. You know everything that is in your DS-160. Then also double check to make sure that you have all your supporting documents with you, just in case you are being asked. Hey, during my own time, I took all the documents I could think of. I took everything to the embassy because one of my slogan or my motto is, it is better to be safe than to be sorry. It's just a piece of paper. It is not going to cost me anything. I took everything I could think of to the embassy. I took my certificate, took my NYS, took everything to the embassy. So that is that about incomplete documentation. Make sure you are providing accurate and complete information. Like I said, incomplete information can be seen as a lie. Now, the fourth one is unclear study plans. People, please read your study plan. It can be found on the portal of your school. Your study plan is on the portal of your school. That same place you applied for admission, it is there. And you know what? I will make a video and I will attach it to the screen so that you can see what I mean by your study.
Y'all, so this is the study plan I promised. This is Masters of English at Kent State University, and I'm just taking you through the overview in case you need to pick up something. But all we need to come to is the coursework. You can see that there are different concentrations, and for the concentration for teacher requirements, whatever, it's like a 30 credits hour, minimum of 30 credits hour. And these are the things you need to be screaming during your interview. You can also look at some of the courses and say, okay, these are some of the courses I would be taking. So that is it about the study plan. And let's go back to the video.
Now, some visa officers can ask you questions about your study plan. They can ask you about your course. They can even ask you about your program to gauge your commitment to your chosen field of study. They want to see if you have a genuine interest to pursue a degree in the US. And you should also have a goal, and you should have your post-graduation plan. They can throw you questions from anywhere. I've asked somebody that went to the embassy and they were asking the person to talk more about their research. And fortunately for the person, the VO, the visa officer, actually is very conversant with that topic. So I was asking questions, they were going back and forth. But thankfully, the person was sounded, like the person knows what they are doing. If you cannot talk about your program, if you cannot talk about your program well, then you are not convincing the visa officer that you're actually going to the US to study. Because I mean, your program is like, they are like, okay, this is a basic thing. You should, if they wake you in the middle of the night, talk to me about your program, you should be able to say it. So that's that. Something else I will add is that no matter how many times the visa officer is asking you a particular question, hey, please don't change your expression. Sometimes they do it on purpose to gauge you. Be prepared to answer any question, even if it is a silly question. I mean, to you it might be silly, but to them it is not silly. So be prepared to answer any question. When I went for my own interview, one VO, it was not the visa officer that interviewed me, but one of the visa officers was asking people what they came here for. Even the visa officer that interviewed me asked me why I chose Miami 3 times, and I kept responding with a smile on my face. I did not, because of that, say, you've asked me this question before now. Don't even do that. Every time they ask, even if it's one question they keep asking you, keep a smile on your face and keep answering them. Now, if you have gotten a refusal already, it is not the end of the road. Please do not give up. Always remember that I will give up, fuck up. Check your refusal letter and address the issues raised in it, okay? They always like circle something. Sometimes they might be like, inability to show ties to like home country or whatever. Now, also consider reapplying and prepare to answer the question of what has changed in your application. So prepare to answer that question. Even if you are not asked, just know that, okay, you might be asked that question, because they might ask you, when you get to the, like, sometimes that's the first question they are even asking you. I see that you've been rejected before. What has changed in your application? I hope that you've learned something from this video. Please do not forget to give my video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share my video, okay? Remember that knowledge is power, and sharing it can have a profound impact on someone's life. Also, do not forget to check out other videos on my channel and share your experiences in the comment section below, okay? I want to hear your thoughts. Anyway, till I see you in my next video, stay blessed and bye.